Wake up with Patti Katter.
I love the show.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
I turn it on and turn it up.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to and watching Wake Up with Patti Katter. Today, I have one of my mentors, Zach Babcock, on the show. How you doing, Zach?
Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm so excited to be back here. Thanks for having me back on your show.
Yeah, we both had some big changes since last time you were on. It's been a while.
It has. When did we record? Was it the end of 2019 or the early part of 2020?
I think it was the end of 2019, maybe even fall time last year. So it's been a bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, glad to be back and thanks for having me.
Thank you. So I would love it if you could just kind of fill our listeners in just a tad bit about yourself in case they didn't hear the other podcast. And if you didn't hear the last interview with Zach, go back and listen to it and then listen to this one. But Zach, just fill us in a little bit on just a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. I get the super Cliff Notes version. If you want to dive in deeper, we can always do that. But I grew up without a father figure, made a lot of poor decisions growing up to try to fit in with other people, and was in and out of group homes, detentions, juveniles, you name it, through a large chunk of my adolescence. And then when I was 18, I went away for a 7-year sentence. I did 4 years flat. Got out for about 2 years, and then I went back just 20 days before my twin sons were born. And that was the moment for me that the straw that broke the camel's back. And ever since then, I just been moving in the other direction in my life. And now here we are. I'm a business owner and the podcaster, host of Underdog Empowerment. And more importantly, I'm in my family's life every single day. So things are trending upwards.
Yeah. So let's get this straight. So you were not in jail. You were in prison, right?
Yep.
And a lot of people put stickers on or labels on people who've been into prison. How did you overcome that? Like, how did you get over that? Because that must be hard on yourself too. Because I know I'm my worst critic and I always think of all the crappy things that I've done. And like, it's hard to refocus your mindset.
Yeah. It sucks. It is what it is, but after you get the felony conviction record, that follows you for the rest of your life, no matter how long you haven't been in trouble or whatnot. It's just, it is what it is, man. It's messed up. But, I wasn't going to sit there and make any excuses or anything. I was like, man, I don't care, what I got to do. I'm going to figure out a way to be, happy and successful and be in my kid's life. And so I got out and I got introduced to network marketing. Didn't know what the hell it was. So you couldn't scare me off with the word pyramid scheme, and just did that, learned a lot from that. And then I took those skill sets that I learned from network marketing for 2 years and then launched what I'm doing now, my own stuff, and left network marketing. And then just always sharpening the axe and trying to get better and better every single day.
Mm-hmm. That's what I love about you too. And I love that you're just real because let's face it, there's a lot of listeners out there. You've screwed up and you just may have not have gotten caught. So I want to go there too. And everybody has things in life that you've done wrong or that, you're not really proud of. And I love Zach. He has a great example of how you can just overcome that and move on. Now, Zach, besides Underdog Empowerment, you also have another show, right?
Yeah. Pretty excited about that one. Convicted Life. We launched it back in May of 2021. So it's still fairly new at the time of this recording, but it's unique. It's the first of its kind in the regards of it's a podcast. It's available out here on any platform that you listen to podcasts on, most likely. And but it's unique in the fact of we got it inside of the prison systems on 115,000 devices right now. And they're getting ready to open up Arizona, Michigan, and 6 other states that I can't even remember that it's getting ready to be on those devices too. So that's really cool. The whole concept and mission with that is, the resources provided right now for people coming out of prison is garbage. They don't work, and it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. And it actually makes it harder on the person coming out because you have to figure out ways to try to make it to these classes on time. And that's time away that you could be spending trying to find a job where it's already hard enough to find a job as a convicted felon. So anyways, long story short, there's just a lot of stuff that's just not serving anybody going through that are actually trying to change. So we got this in the prison system, and our goal is, it's for convicted felons, people that aren't interested but fully convicted of turning their life around. This podcast helps them do that because we give them the tools and all to share our stories and our experience from doing that ourselves. And then we bring on people from all different types of different industries that were in prison that got out and built a successful life. So we give them all these different avenues, and then that's going to grow into something more. But our overarching goal is a 9% recidivism rate or lower in the U.S.
That's amazing. I did not even realize that you were able to get into the prison system. That is absolutely incredible. Are you able to go to any other prisons and interview any of the inmates?
Really awesome question. So we're going to start going in there and we're going to be in the prison system because we got it on those devices, but it hasn't really picked up steam yet because we haven't been able to get in there and rub elbows with some people and start spreading the word. But we're going to get in there and we're going to go start talking to the guys and gals in prison and form those relationships and hip them to it. And then we hope that over time that the word of mouth will start getting out and it'll start spreading throughout all within as we continue to go inside.
That's incredible. You know what? 2 guys recently found my show because they were looking for hope after they were out of prison, and they happened to stumble upon the interview with you. And so I told them to listen to your show.
Right.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. I wasn't quite expecting that, and I'm really glad that happened. Now, Zach, tell us a little bit too about Underdog Empowerment, because that's even changed a little bit since we last talked.
Oh, yeah. Quite a bit changed. So this year specifically, 2021's been a major evolution for me, like just monstrous growth personally. And as a result, the business grown as well. But I've just been focused more on personal stuff. And, I'm currently right now working on dealing with a lot of my traumas and stuff that I don't even remember that's happened in my life that's currently running negative programs or limiting programs one way or another. Like, it's crazy. Check this out. So check this out, Patti. I had a friend over about a month and a half ago. I knew him from when I was a kid at 14. We lived in North County in St. Louis together. And then I was in the second time when I went back to prison, we were in the same prison, same house, all that. And we were talking because he came over to the house because he's been out for years as well, doing good. He farms. I buy my produce from him. It's like fresh produce, like real deal Holyfield, healthy stuff. But that's his business model. But anyways, he was over and we were talking. He was like, "Hey, you remember that when you was getting on that guy?" Because like both times when I got out, my cellie got me locked up because they had a shank in the cell, and you can get more time, not just go into the hole, but you can actually get more time to your sentence for having weapons and stuff in prison. And both times, 60 days, like right about 60 days before I was getting out, I got put in the hole under investigation because they found a knife in our shank in our cell. And so the second one, I was only there for 8 months the second time I went back. But that was also my kids were born, 20 years after I went in. So that felt longer than ever. And when it happened that second time, I guess it was just so traumatizing or whatnot, because I thought like I was going to get more time and not be able to be with my kids. And I did nothing but the right thing the whole time I went back the second time. I don't even remember who my cellie was. I still don't. And I was talking to him, I was like, what was his name? What did he look like? And I lived with the guy, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So it's crazy stuff like that. We suppress it and then we forget about it. Not all of it, but a lot of times, it does. So anyways, I started going down a hole. Sorry. Long story short, I'm focused on doing that stuff. And a lot of dudes, think it's weak to talk about stuff like that, but really it makes you stronger to be able to talk about stuff like that as a man, especially with society, how they make things. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Sorry for the long-winded answer there.
No, that's really good. Actually, I'm glad that you told me that because I think it's really important. One of the major things that I've been working on is my authentic self in the camera too, not just behind the scenes. And that's exactly what you're doing. Because you know what, when you tell me that story, it helps me also understand people who've lived your life. And in order to better communicate with one another, we need to know we need to know each other, and people need to open up their eyes a little bit wider and start understanding some things a little bit better. So Zach, you have quite the following on social media. I am in the Underdog Empowerment group, which I absolutely love. You are a really strong role model in my life because I'm very businessy. I have been very proper and since I met you, I'm not as proper, Zach.
That's awesome.
And I feel a lot happier about that. I can just really be myself. So I appreciate that. What's one of the goals that you strive for in your group?
One of the goals I strive for in the group, just a place to foster a community for like-minded individuals, alpha entrepreneurs, people that are, fully committed to their dreams, not just interested in talking about, but no, they're committed and they're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Just have that community of people to be able to bounce ideas off of, to network, because entrepreneurship can get real lonely, especially in the beginning and as you continue to climb or whatnot. So just to have the community is first and foremost for people to be able to come and engage and jam with each other. And then obviously be able to help people, reach that potential within their life. That's something that I'm still working on doing myself. But it's just a place to bring, people that share the same core values within life, or that are very closely aligned at least, and, a place for us all to kick ass and share wins and grow together.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it when I tell people too, you know what, I'm a part of this Underdog Empowerment group, and the guy who leads it, he was in prison, and they're looking at me like, like I said, I've been very proper. And I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that, because you've built an incredible community of people who are really authentic and can be we can be ourselves around each other and just encourage each other and lift each other up. And I appreciate you very much, Zach.
I appreciate you, man. It's all we're very blessed to have you and your personality within the group, that spark plug of energy.
Thank you. Can you tell our listeners where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, for sure. It's super simple. The podcast Underdog Empowerment is what I'm most passionate about. It's probably the best place to find me. You can listen on any podcast platform that you listen to podcasts on, pretty much. But if you guys go to underdogempowerment.com, there's a section right there for podcasts right on the front page. You can subscribe there. And if you just want to check me out on any other social media platform, it's all at the very bottom of that page as well. Underdogempowerment.com.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything big that you're working on right now? Obviously, Convicted Life, that's huge.
Yeah. Everything that we're doing, they're all intertwined. They're like vertically integrated, like they all serve and each other or whatnot, these different organizations and stuff that we're building. But Alpha Underdog, it's what I've been working on this whole entire year. It's really been my life's work, to be honest with you. And it's the evolution of Underdog Empowerment. It's something that I'm so freaking stoked about. I've been getting all this, like how I operate, like with everything in life, just out of my head this year and refining it, going off into walks into the woods every single week, solo journaling stuff, like getting really dialed in. But we're going to be launching that, and that's going to be really exciting, man. It's really just it's an identity, a lifestyle, a way of life of how to operate, and not just about business. It's, for me, some people have 4 pillars, some have 5. I have 5, and it's mind, body, soul, relationships, and finance. And so putting that whole package together, I'm really excited about that.
I am too. I'm one of the lucky ones who's able to see the little graphic you created, and I love it.
Right on.
Thank you, Zach, so much for being on. Is there anything you'd like to add? I know we didn't dig into your story a whole lot because we talked about it before, but am I missing anything on this one that we should really hit in?
No, you're really awesome. I just any closing words I would say would be kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier about how I'm like focused right now on working through these traumas and dealing with that and healing that stuff. That's something that I feel like specifically men too, because a lot of men try to act like they don't have this stuff and act like they have it all together, because that's like society teaches that we have to have it all together as men or whatever. But dude, no, we got emotions and stuff too, and we go through. We don't have it all together sometimes, and it's okay to say that. But I feel like saying that and just being a voice for that, maybe more men will be open to doing work like that. And I feel like if they would, we'd have a much better world, because then there'd be much more better relationships between men and women in the household. And then that leads to better relationships between parent and kids, and just a whole trickle effect. So yeah, I'm all for it. It's
true. You're awesome. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for being on the show. And everybody, make sure you go over and check out Zach's social media. And of course, I'll have all the show notes put in with all your links. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. But everybody, make sure you check out the notes. If you're watching, you can see all the links on the screen right now. And Zach, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Patti, for having me back here. It was super, super awesome. And I'm very grateful.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Patti Katter.
Thank you for listening to Wake Up with Patti Katter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do.
Follow Patti at Patti Katter on Facebook and Instagram.
Get social.
You can now watch Wake Up with Patti Katter on Amazon TV and Roku.
It's the only podcast I listen to.
Be sure to check out Patti's apparel line, The Patriotic Mermaid, at thepatrioticmermaid.com and on social media at The Patriotic Mermaid.
I love it.